beautiful souls. Welcome to Lamia Radio, where the vibes are high, the tea is sacred, and the magic is always flowing. Now here's your guide to the goddess frequency. Goddess Lamia.
Welcome, beautiful, to Lamiel Radio, home of the Goddess Frequency. I am your host, Goddess Kimse Lamiel, and today we are going to dive into why you weren't made to fit in. I also, before I get started, just want to let you know that for the next 2 episodes, I am going to be featuring some newly released music from the Goddess Frequency album. So stay tuned for that. But for right now, we're going to dive deep into why you were not made to fit in. The toxic programming of fitting in as feminine power. So since the dawn of patriarchal conditioning, women have been indoctrinated, did I say that right? With the lie that fitting in equals safety, survival, and even, some level of empowerment because you're the same. Now, mind you, I don't know a lot about the corporate work world, but just in society, we've been told to fit in. If this is what's happening and this is what society is looking at, like, for example, the damn BBLs, right? The Kardashians brought that in, and women everywhere have been scrambling as if they need to look like that to fit in, to be part of the norm. Everyone's been conditioned, but this is toxic programming that's running deep in ourselves. And they're imprinting this false sense of feminine power rooted in this external validation. So, we're people pleasing, we're self-sacrificing, all under this spell. Many of us believe that their ability to blend in or to bend to others' needs or to silence our truth is somehow noble, virtuous, of the epitome, really, of divine feminine energy. And I'm here to tell you today, it's fucking not. This is a spiritual betrayal, is what it is. It's a distortion that severs women from their raw, untamable cosmic currents of their true essence. Like, we were meant to be fucking wild and free. These programs are not our truths. They are inherited distortions that suppresses our soul's sovereignty. When you see fitting in as a measure of worth, you're actually blocking your quantum birthright to radiate, rebel, revolutionize the world with your unique fucking frequency. The goddess was never made to dim. And you, in fact, are a goddess. Think about this. I tell my grandkids, my grandkids now, but I have 4 granddaughters, and my own daughters, that good girls don't make history. All the women that we know about that made an impact on the world, on the country, or even in their own lineage that you may not know about, I guarantee you she followed no fucking rules. She broke the rules. She stood out. She dared to be wild. She dared to be untamed. So this conformity kills the goddess within. Conformity is basically spiritual suffocation. When you conform, you basically, I can't even think of the word. You're manipulating, not even manipulating. You are mutilating your authenticity. You're contorting your light to match someone else's limited paradigm. This is how the goddess within dies a slow death. Every time you abandon your intuition, which I think in 2 weeks I have an episode coming out with the host of Not Your White Woman's Feminism podcast, and we talked a lot about that. right? We abandon ourselves. We abandon our feminism, your wild knowing, your radical expression. You starve the very power that makes you divine. Conformity breeds spiritual amnesia, a forgetting of your cosmic lineage, your gifts, your sacred fire. It is truly a betrayal of the codes written in your soul's DNA. You, the goddess, is meant to stand out, to provoke, to uplift, to awaken. Like you, she cannot do that. You, the goddess, cannot do that. You cannot do that from the gray shadows of sameness. Conformity kills the goddess because it erases her, one compromise at a time. I've heard people talk about marriage as a compromise. No, the only person compromising is you, beautiful. Every time you compromise, you're sacrificing. You're sacrificing the goddess within. This is why the work that we do is so vital. The work in university, the work in God and goddess frequency, the work through the goddess codes, because it dissolves the conformity and resurrects your authentic frequency. So the goddess within you can fucking breathe and roar and rise and take up all of the fucking sacred space. So the codes as a tool for remembrance and realignment. Now, the codes that we're talking about here, if you are new here, we're talking about the goddess codes. And this is part of a series that is leading up to the release of the book Goddess Codes and its subsequent album, The Goddess Code Frequency. And right now, all the links are available wherever you're listening to this. You can pre-order, but we officially drop and everything opens during the Lionsgate portal on August 8th. So the codes as a tool for remembrance and realignment. The codes are living frequencies. They're keys to unlock the remembrance of who you truly are. Whether you receive them through numbers, through light language, through dreams, through sacred geometry, or channeled messages, these codes bypass the programmed mind and awaken the ancient wisdom in your cells. I know that if you're here, you have stepped beyond the mundane. You know that you have a divine purpose. You feel your connection to source, to the earth, to every single thing that exists on this planet, because you and it are one, right? Everything is within us. We are truly everything. So you know that there's more to life than getting up, going to work, and doing it for 50 years or 40 years so you can retire and hope that you have enough money and the cost of inflation doesn't beat you out. And in the meantime, you spend all your spare time, instead of living all of your dreams out loud, catering to others, be that a husband or children in reality. So I want you to think of them, the codes, as crystalline frequency upgrades. Doesn't matter where you start. The frequencies are going to upgrade you. They're like recalibrations that clear distortion, dismantle programming, and align you to your, authentic cosmic signature. All of us who have been living our lives thinking, I know I'm supposed to do something. I know I was meant for something great. Yes, you were, because it's in your fucking DNA. It's in every cell in your body. It just needs to be activated. You send a pulse of truth through your energetic field, and it shakes loose the debris of conformity, You are probably conforming in ways that you didn't even realize. This weekend, I had the amazing privilege of interviewing some of the most beautiful women with the most uplifting, informative content that I have seen on social media to date. And a lot of what we talked about, although each one of them specializes in their own separate fields, is just how we as women, we as a society are being overtaken by the debris, right, of patriarchy, the debris and the programming of the patriarchal society, especially when it comes to relationships and how we do them. Now, if you want to be in a relationship, oh, wonderful. It's great for you. However, we as divine feminine, as goddesses, need to know how to be in a relationship that centers us, not one that centers men. You can be in a relationship with a man and not be male centered. And it was very interesting because I was like, I will probably never get the chance. And I'm not saying that I don't want it and I wouldn't take it if it presented itself. But as it stands now, I will probably never have the chance to be in well, I know I will never have the fucking chance to be in a conventional relationship because I'm never doing that shit again. But in the type of relationship that would cause me to have to consciously decenter the person that I'm in a relationship with. Like, fuck off and fuck that. However, there are a lot of us out there who are still in relationships that they love, that they are somewhat happy in, but they're still searching for themselves. And the way that you find yourself is not leaving the man because you learn more about the nature of a man and how he thinks and how he operates if you want to be with him. But you need to learn how to be with him and not center him. That's the only way. It's the only way. I'm going to say it again. That's the only way we, as the divine feminine, get any benefit out of being in relationships, is being in, and I say heterosexual relationships, being in a relationship with a man. I mean, and there's so many reasons not to do it. And the more that I learn, the more I'm just like, ugh. And the more I enforce my boundaries and my standards, it's like if they would just not talk, if they would just not fucking talk, I can make it all the way to home base. But you'll probably hear me say this a million times. If you have not watched what is it called? It's called All the Queen's Men. Now, it is not a spiritual movie. It is not, spiritually enlightening. It's not about raising your frequency. It's not none of that shit. It is about, it's a real like fuck niggas get money kind of show. Needless to say, I love it. And the madam, who is the main character, she has a Tommy. So I'm looking for a Tommy. That is where I am in my life. I need a Tommy. And if you don't know, watch just like 1 or 2 episodes. I'm going to tell you, if I could get a Tommy, if I knew someone who was willing to start a Tommy Academy so that Tommies could be trained up for all of us, based on the kind that you need, by all means, that free advertising for life, because that's the dynamics that I need in my life and I'm looking for in the moment. But anyway, let's get back to these goddess codes. So every time, let me go back a little bit. So when you think of these codes, I want you to think of them as crystalline frequency upgrades, right? They are recalibrations that are going to clear the distortions, clear the dismantling programming, realign you with your authentic cosmic signature that you were born with, that you came into this existence with, that you have carried with you beyond this existence and will take with you when you leave this particular holographic expression. So every time you activate a code, you are sending a pulse of truth through your energetic field. And it literally shakes loose the debris of conformity. And you start to remember that you are the exception to the rule, that you came here to create and not to comply. These codes are your spiritual compass, guiding you back to the blueprint of your sovereign divinity. With them, you realign to your truest, most radiant vibration. Goddess codes are life-changing, not just for their ability to heal you, not just for their ability to help you materialize the things that you need to make this holographic experience comfortable, but it upgrades your DNA. It activates you. And the parts that activate you are going to be the spiritual codes that are in there in that section. So reclaiming your authenticity and your voice, reclaiming your authenticity is a radical act of spiritual liberation. It is the reclamation of your voice, your boundaries, your sacred yes, and your holy fuck no. So I did a course or class or training years ago, right? And it was about hell yes. I actually have a song coming out called Hell Yes, but it was about living in your hell yes. And if it was not a hell yes for you, it was automatically a hell no. Stop living, when it's not like, I mean, I could do it. I don't really want to do it. That's a fuck no. That's mediocrity, right? Mediocre living. That's not where you want to fucking be. That's not where you find your voice. It's not where you move from authenticity. It is either a hell yes or it is a fuck no. If it's not a hell yes, it's always a fuck no. Now, it could be a fuck no for now. We could revisit it later, but you need to move with your hell yes. Move with your hell yes. When you do that, it is the remembering that you're not here to dilute your truth for anyone's comfort. Your voice is the current that carries your medicine to the world. It codes, it heals, and it transforms. Now, your truth may not be someone else's truth. You could all be at the same situation or the same thing that is happening, and your truth is going to be different than another person's truth. You need to rock with yours. You need to be okay sharing your truth in your voice. Why? Because your voice carries your medicine to the world. That's how you're going to heal. That may not be how other people see it. Fuck them. They're not on your journey. And everybody in your experience is just a holographic projection of them that matches your current frequency. Let me say that one again. Everyone here in your existence, you are having your God experience, right? And if you are everything and everything is you, then everybody you see is just a holographic projection of the frequency that matches you right now. So when you have motherfuckers that are in your reality that you don't like and you want them to disappear, you change your frequency. I'm going to give you a better example of this. I was having an experience with my daughter, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like her. I don't like what she's doing. So either we're going to have to part ways or, whatever. And then I sat with it and I meditated. And then I realized and I remembered who the fuck I was. And I was like, well, I am a goddess. I am the god of this reality that I am experiencing. Everything in this reality is a holographic projection, right? So you're here, but you're here, but you are only here. The portion of you that's here is the portion of you that syncs with my vibration. Why? Because you too are a goddess having your own goddess experience, and everything in your reality is matching your frequency. So there are others who are, in their own holograms having experiences of me that they may not like, or that they may love even more than others here with me now, right? So that's why you don't change the world, you change you. Why? Because all of the dimensions and all of the frequencies respond to you. You are the God in this reality. So that being the basis, I was like, okay, she's a holographic projection of some bullshit that I don't really want to deal with. So I have some choices because it is a vibrational match for me and where I am right now. So how do I get beyond that? I don't really want to get her out of my reality. I just want a better version of her. So what she's experiencing are indications that there are things that I need to heal or accept or transmute. And I'm not going to go into how you determine and how you do that, but essentially that is where I was with it. And I was like, okay, so I am transmuting this so that I experience a different frequency. I also did some other spiritual work and she changed, right? If you are not quite on that metaphysical level, right? If you listen to Abraham Hicks and just from a manifestation level, when they say write a list of positive aspects of the person who is getting on your fucking nerves and only focus when you think of them, only see them in these aspects, only think about their positive attributes. What happens is when they are not exhibiting that, they are not able to match vibrationally with you. So, in essence, what does that mean? That means that the version of them that you get matches the frequency that you're holding. And that's how I change things. And when you are in your power, when your DNA is activated and the higher frequencies that you're able to sustain for longer periods of time will make those types of transitioning easier for you. You no longer start bartering away your power to belong to other people because you realize that they're responding to you. You choose instead to belong to yourself. Your authentic voice is a divine instrument. It's a frequency conductor and a cosmic catalyst. So when I made those declarations, I made them out loud. I stood outside and declared what was under the knowing that all timelines respond to mine. And as you reclaim it, you rethread the thorn or the torn like strands of the feminine line. You begin healing the wounds of silence and repression and fear. You become the oracle of your own life. So I'm going to share with you a couple of stories, quick stories. Not that I'm, good at being quick. So, I've witnessed several women go through this process and I won't even say while working with me, but with me as their guide, because they have to put in the time, they have to put in the practice, right? It's no secret pill. It's not really a blue pill or a red pill to take. But I've witnessed women who were once, choked by the chains of conformity. What did that look like? These were women who were like shrinking their dreams, silencing their magic, living for someone else's idea of good enough, right? I mentioned in a lot of my songs about no longer being tied to broken chains. Because when somebody else puts restrictions on you and has expectations of how you should be, what you should do for them, to make them happy or in order to be good enough to be with them, they're broken. The chains are broken. Their code is broken. They're not operating from any level of authenticity or sovereignty because you are sovereign. They should be too. You can share co-creating some beautiful things until you don't. But you having to conform, having to sacrifice, having to compromise in order to be good enough, feel good enough, look good enough. It's bullshit. It's a hell no. So the moment that these women aligned their codes, something extraordinary happened. Now, the way they received the codes were for me directly. Some were downloaded, custom made for them, and some were classic codes, combinations of sacred geometry, sound frequency, Gravel Boy. What's the word I'm looking for? Channeled numbers. When they got them and they activated them, something extraordinary happened. The woman who once feared speaking up became a spiritual leader. And then she started channeling messages from the divine that ended up touching thousands of people. Like, her reach is crazy. Another one who felt lost and really was feeling the lostness. It was like she couldn't remember. She couldn't connect. She felt like she was fucking drifting. It was hard for her. Life just seemed hard and mundane. And as soon as her codes were activated, she literally birthed communities of healers. She got trained, and now she's training others to activate their codes and live in their truth and step out of the sameness and the mundaneness that the society has perpetuated as the norm. These transformations happen because codes reawoken the truth, which what is that you were never meant to fit in. You were encoded to stand out and change the frequency of the world. When you align with your soul's codes, you become unstoppable. You become the living proof that liberation is not just possible, it is inevitable when you remember, which is now actually the perfect time to play this song for you.
Soft as a whisper, loud as the moon, goddess codes in my bones, they are awakening soon. Shapes in the sky, numbers that glow, every sound is a signal, every breath lets me know that I'm not just dreaming, I'm decoding the stars, the phrases, the colors, the ancient memoirs. This body's a temple, this voice is a key. I open the portal back into me. I remember me when I chant into the light. I become the sound, I reclaim the right. Spinning through time, I rise, I line. All my wildest desires are already mine. I am the portal, I am the flame, I am the goddess calling my name. Feet in the earth, gold in my veins. The numbers repeat, they whisper my name. 888, well, a lump when divine design. I step through the code in collapsed timeline. The frequencies rising, my cells rearrange. Old me is dying, my soul is unchanged. Colors and shapes, the sacred geometry wove me from stars to walk here as me. I remember me when I chant into the light. I become the sound, I reclaim the right. Spinning through time, I rise, I line. All my wildest desires are already mine. I am the portal, I am the flame, I am the goddess calling my name. Speak the code, feel the hum, one with the source, I've already won. Hold the vision, bend the air, shift the now, I'm already there. I remember but me when I live as a love. When I move in truth, when I rise above. I don't chase, I attract, I just be all my wildest dreams. Come looking for me. I am the portal. I am the flame. I am the God.
So now I hope that you are motivated and I hope that you love it and you can find that everywhere. Most places where digital downloaded music is available, Spotify, Apple Music. If you'd like to use it on your videos as you are going through your reawakening, they are available on all of the social media apps, including YouTube. So finally, I want to talk about you starting to imagine. What does your true frequency feel like? And I'm going to end with another song because the frequency of that song is dope as fuck. And mind you, all of the songs that I produce have goddess codes woven in them through sound frequencies, sacred geometry, and the numbers that create that geometry, as well as goddess code numbers. And a lot of access consciousness questions are woven in here and there because they are designed to not just awaken you, but to activate you on all of the different levels and to keep you activated. So what does your true frequency feel like? I want you to close your eyes, beautiful. Tune in. What does your truest frequency feel like? Beyond the programming, beyond the conformity, beyond the expectations, imagine it now. The vibration of your soul, unbound, unfiltered, and unafraid. It feels energetic, doesn't it? Like you kind of feel like I could damn near do anything. Like there's a little buzz there. It's like stardust in motion, like a cosmic symphony written just for you because it was. Your true frequency is a radiant signature, a vibration that is both ancient and brand new, a frequency that weaves your magic through every cell. It feels free, limitless, exquisitely yours. So I want you to hold that feeling in your heart and I want you to amplify it. Let it expand until it splits into every timeline, dimension, and reality you touch. That, beautiful goddess, is the remembering. That is your power. That is your frequency you were always meant to broadcast. Out today's episode, throw away that fucking word hope because I know you were activated. And if you weren't, it's because you are totally disconnected. Go stand in the fucking grass. And when you get some basic enlightenment, come back and listen again. You'll hear it differently. You'll hear things that you didn't hear before. But for now, I'm going to close with this affirmation. I am a cosmic force of divine remembrance. I release the illusions of conformity and reclaim my truth. My voice is sacred. My frequency is sovereign. My light is unfucking stoppable. I was not made to fit in. I was made to stand out, to rise, to radiate. As I align with my codes, I awaken the goddess within, and I broadcast my power to every corner of the universe. So it is. So it shall be.
I rise with the sun, I decide who I be. Infinite goddess, limitless, free. I'm not bound by time, I'm not ruled by fate. I bend the moment, open every gate. I speak the word, the world obeys. I shift the stars in sacred ways. No more waiting, no disguise. I live the dream, I am the prize. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. 819-794-819 818. I collapse time and rewrite the story. I choose the path, I hold the key. I get to have it all, 'cause I choose to be everything. Everything. I'm the light and the luscious rain. I'm the pleasure, I am the pain. Alchemy flows in my breath and skin. What I declare, I call it in. Mirror to cosmos, flame divine. Every dimension responds to mine. I don't chase, I magnetize. The universe moves when I decide. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. 819-794-818. I collapse time and rewrite the story. I choose the path, I hold the key. I get to have it all, 'cause I choose to be everything. Everything. I am the portal, I am the throne. Every desire is already known. I don't hustle, I align. I shift into my highest timeline. I am the wealth, I am the fire. I move in love and rise higher and higher. No limits, no lies, only truth I decree. I am the goddess, I choose to be me. Comes to me with ease and joy and glory. 819-794-818. I collapse time and rewrite the story. I choose the path, I hold the key. I get to have it all, 'cause I choose to be everything. Everything. I'm the one and the dream. I am the code, I am the queen. 819-794-818.
Until next time.
Goddess, love me down. Love, love, love. Goddess, love me down.